Hi, I'm Mark Grandusky, the Product Sales Manager for the G-Force Intelligent Lift device from Gorabel. Today we're going to be talking about is a new product accessory or extension it's called the force sensing handle. Now, before we get into the force sensing handle, we have three different configurations of that new handle. But I'd like to show you currently what our offering is and why, it'll kind of help you understand why we're doing the force sensing handle extension. On the standard inline slide handle, or any slide handle from the G-Force or Easy Arm, as I move my arm up and down, it moves with me. The way that happens is, if you look closely, this handle moves up and down. There's about 1.5 inches or so of travel. When it's in the center position, it's still, and when I have my hand on it, as long as I keep it in that center position and don't move my arm at all, it stays still. Now, when I grab onto this, it activates with the operator presence photo sensor, which is right down the back side here. If I don't break that beam, this can go up or down and won't move. But as soon as I grab this grab onto the handle and move my arm, I'm displacing this slide handle. Now, as soon as I displace the handle, the servo control system is always trying to keep back up with my hand. So as soon as I move the handle, displace it, up or down, it moves right back to where my hand is. And that's the way that operates. Now, one of the limitations we have with the inline slide handle is we can only have this one set length. This is pretty much our entire offering for this particular handle, and that's due to some limitations in the mechanics and on the operator photo beam, the operator presence photo beam. Now, what we've done now is created a load cell based handle, and I'll show you there is no visual displacement up or down when you move the force sensing handle that we'll show you here in a second. The other thing, it gets around a limitation of being able to extend this long slide handle, again, because of the mechanics in here and the photo sensor. We can, with the force sensing handle, we can have an extended handle. And the reason you'd want that is if you wanted to have a tooling like this and maybe have a high and a low grip point, you would want to have that extended handle. The way we get around that right now, you can put two handles onto the device. So I could take a second slide handle, I could put it here, so I could either have both a handle down here and a handle up here, so I could grab on either one, and either one would operate the G-force, and that would allow me to get a high pick or a high place point and a low place point at the same time. So that's what our current offering is. Bring this back down. What we're going to do is we're going to switch over to a couple different configurations, and we'll show you what this new force sensing handle is about and what the benefits are. All right, the first configuration of the force sensing handle that I want to show you is the inline version. Again, this does not move. Everything from here down is just sensing a little bit of load cell deflection. So this is force-based into a load cell. And the load cell, you can see, is nested right behind this cover here. So you can see the cover, it's covered and protected on the front side. On the back side, you can see the load cell through there. And what I'm going to do is show you how you can come down here, and I'll pick this piece up right here. And this will allow me to go hand over hand to get to a high point. So I can guide this straight down into this tube, and then go hand over hand and place this piece gently down into this square tube, and then disengage and come back out. Now, I would not be able to do that with a short handle. That's a benefit. Again, if you have some kind of a high-sided dunnage that you need to get into, a big basket or a precision placement like this, that you need to put a piece into or take a piece out of, that you need to get to that high point and a low point, they'll do that again for you coming back out. So I can go in here, engage the piece, hand over hand, bring it up, so I'm gripping low on the handle to get to a high point. Bring my G-force over, and then go hand over hand down and put my piece on the ground. And that is the benefit to using the inline force sensing handle. All right, the next version of the force sensing handle I'd like to show you is the long version of the force sensing handle, which basically is the same one that you saw last time. Before, though, it was inline, configured as an inline slide handle with the G360 swivel on the top. We've now relocated that to this point right here, which is the same way things work with our slide handles right now. But instead of the slide handle, we now have this long version of the force sensing handle. Now, the reason, again, you would use this is when you have tooling involved and you need to reach high and low pick points, okay? So for this particular one, what you'll be able to do is move up or down as long as you put any kind of force on this handle, the side of the handle. If you put a force on this one over here or anywhere on the frame, it will not move, unless, of course, you're in float mode, which if I do that, If I put it in float mode, I do get float. I can float this up or down, and as long as I don't put my hand on the handle taking it back out of float mode, I could do that. But this gives you a real good flexibility and the fact that you can just move up and down. And it just takes a little bit of getting used to. You can climb up and down this handle pretty easily, even though this one's not actually sensing any force. So what I'll show is real quick, I'll show you how you're going to pick at a low point. I'm going to put the part up on this table, and you'll notice I'll never really have to bend over to get down to that low pick point, which is a big ergonomic benefit of this inline force sensing handle. So I'm going to go down to the bottom here, pick it up with this basic hook tool that we've got, place it on this table. Again, I stay in an upright position, put this one down. I've got a little lower profile piece of a load here. Pick that one up, and I'll put this one down on the ground. Again, hand over hand. I can pick high, I can pick low, but stay in a good ergonomic posture and never have to bend over. One thing I will note is that this force sensing long slide handle will come in 2 standard lengths. We'll stock 2 standard lengths. This is a 36-inch version, and there will also be a 24-inch version for you to pick. So if you can design your tooling around 24 and 36-inch lengths, that's great. If you happen to need a different length of a handle, for whatever reason, your tooling needs it, your application needs it, then we can make custom lengths up to 36 inches, but there'll just be a few more weeks lead time. Finally, I'm going to introduce you to the hub-mounted version of the force sensing handle. Now, this is probably the most unique and the most versatile for tooling integration. What you're seeing here is similar to last time, the last section where I had the long slide handle remote mounted, where you could put force on one side. What we have here is the hub design, which incorporates the top portion